Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, and I am honoured to be a part of the 2021 72-hour LEGO community livestream organised by Buttchop 2021. If you haven't seen his channel before, there should be a link for his channel in the description of this video. And we already have a bunch of people from the previous community live stream. By the way, if you don't know the format about this, there is a link for the sign up sheet in the description of this live stream that you can go and check out to see who is doing a live stream as a part of this. We're all doing our live streams on individual channels, and let me just do a quick microphone check. All right, the audio is good. And unlike my previous live streams, which I do on an HP laptop that I got back in 2017, this one is on a very old Toshiba laptop because unlike my laptop, I don't need to use an external microphone, and the visual quality is slightly better with this. So last week, I started a live stream series because I got some fan mail from one of my loyal Patreon supporters in Captain Matt. By the way, if you don't know who he is, you can go check out the description of every Mayo Hosko video to find his channel. And also, Venomous Typin is another supporter of Mayo Hosko on my Patreon, so you can also check out his channel in the description of every Mayo Hosko video, as is you can check out the links to my social media, which is my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as my Patreon, of course, and the Mayo Hosko fan club, which is a Facebook group. So, what we're going to be doing today, last Sunday, I did the first of a live stream series where, where's the box? I got some fan mail from Captain Matt, which was actually 3 Ninjago sets and a Lego City set. So in the previous live stream, we looked at this Ninjago set, which is set 71735, the Tournament of Elements. A while ago, me and Captain Matt actually went to the Lego store in Marion, South Australia, and he decided that he didn't want to continue on collecting Ninjago. So as probably the biggest fan of the Mayo Hosko channel, he very graciously and very generously gave me his collection because he didn't want to pursue with Lego. He's more of a gaming person. He has a lot of Final Fantasy stock. So that's enabled me to do this live stream series about building his fan mail. So for all my previous live streams, as well as my podcast episodes, which the first podcast series I have done is Mayo's Random Vintage Lego. You can find my live streams and my podcast episodes all in one playlist if you search for the playlist page on my channel. And eventually this live stream will be going in that playlist. And before we get started on this Lego City set 60272, in Australia, we don't have the names on Lego City boxes, even though we have names on some of the Ninjago boxes. I don't know, it's because of the Fair Packaging and Labelling Acts, the differences between North America and the rest of the world. I wish we got the names and the piece counts on every one of our boxes, but we don't. So I digress. So let's crack this thing open. I use a Stanley knife. It's great to see everyone who has flocked to the live stream after the previous community live stream, which was on a beaded bricks. And actually, let me just tilt the camera down to the floor. There it is. Hopefully, I can get all of this built inside of the hour. And I'm thinking this is about a 200-piece set, so we probably should. And also, what I must say is that because I know that everyone has a schedule, because everyone has their own lives, I don't, because I understand that, I like to do all of my live streams in a format that can be listened to on the replay as a podcast. And if you've seen any of my previous live streams, you will understand that. And I've had people come up to me on the internet and thank me for doing it that way, so that they don't have to feel bad about not catching the live streams live. And as I said in the comments of the previous community live stream on beaded bricks, because this is a special community live stream, I'm going to recount to those who might not know the origin of the name of my alternative channel, Mayo Hosko, for commenting on Jabbo channels. And there's a specific reason why it's for commenting on Jabbo channels. And I can't remember if I said the reason why in the 8-year anniversary video, which I made back on January 7th. But generally, when someone asks a question or a comment about the backstory or the history of stuff that has been on my channel, I normally recommend that you go and check out the 8-year anniversary video to get a lot of historical facts about the Mayo Hosko channel. But I'll go over the reason why for that name particularly. And so me and Brix are, by the way, if you're a fan of vintage Lego and you are not subscribed to Brix, you must be living under a rock. So if you haven't subscribed to Brix, I would definitely recommend that you go and subscribe to Brix. And because I am such a fan of Brix, I'm wearing my red super soft cotton #TipperTruck Army t-shirt. I like to wear this t-shirt in live streams, and I am also wearing Lego pajamas with various colors of Lego elements. I'm not seeing any 2x4 bricks, unfortunately, red bricks, because if you know a bricks you know that what that joke is. Snow Lana says, "What you building, Mayo?" I'm building the Lego City Set 60272. Snow Lana is someone who I value a lot because we often see each other in the membership Zoom calls for the Brixy channel. If you're interested in highly detailed Lego cities and you don't know who Brixy is, I would also strongly suggest that you go and subscribe to Brixy. Me and Snowlana, as well as others who I've seen floating around the different community live streams, are members of the Brixy channel. And because I've seen them in those Zoom calls, which happen on Wednesday mornings for me and Snowlana, that's how I know your names. And overall, the 2021 Lego 72-hour community live stream has been an absolute blast for me and for everyone else that I've seen in the comments and who have had live streams scheduled. And as I will continue to say throughout these live streams, let's give everyone a big round of applause to Buttchop 2021, who, as I said, you can find a link to his channel in the description below. I want to thank him for organising this great big event for all of us who have participated, we should always let him know, either private messages or whenever he turns up in our various community live streams. We should always thank him for putting in all the time that it took him to do to organize this big event. And actually, the reason why I got involved in this event is because me and Buckchop 2021 were on, I believe it was a Trains Are Fun live stream. By the way, if you don't know who Trains Are Fun is, Trains Are Fun is Brix's train channel. So feel free to subscribe to Trains Are Fun. I believe it was a Trains Are Fun live stream. Me and Buckchop 2021 were in the chat, and then afterwards, at the end of, towards the end of the live stream, he said that he's going to be organised this big event, and I think that live stream was either a month or 2 months ago. And I thought, this would be a great opportunity to get involved with the community. And so, lo and behold, here I am now. Now, let's get on with the juicy details. So now I'm going to explain why I have an alternative channel called Mayo Hosko for commenting on Jabbo channels. So, and by the way, I will say that Brix has actually told this story himself in one of Cy O'Connor's live streams, and Cy O'Connor has also made some community live streams in this event. So if you're not subscribed to Cy O'Connor, I would recommend that you go and check out his channel as well. He explained, Brix explained the story in the first live stream on Cy O'Connor that I ever watched. So now I'll explain the story. Back in 2015 and 2016, that was when Brix was doing a lot of live streams on both Brix and Trains Are Fun. He doesn't do as much live streams anymore because of the technical difficulties and the way that the YouTube live stream scene has changed. But back in the day, we're talking 5 to 6 years ago now, half a decade. Well, I feel old. People would always create fake channels impersonating various people, and one of the biggest channels that was always victim for people creating fake accounts impersonating actually cool people was Lego Freak. And if you haven't subscribed to Lego Freak, I would recommend checking his channel out. He was one of the first moderators who I actually saw on Brix's live streams. So people would always impersonate other people's channels, and someone impersonated me. And not only did someone make a fake channel and impersonate me, they used a fake account that looked like me, Mayo Hosko, to mouth off and put a bunch of swear words and curse words in comments on Brix's live streams. So Brix and his moderators, like Lego Freak, who I just said was one of the victims that was always victimized getting impersonated, all of those fake accounts who were impersonating people got blocked. And Brix accidentally blocked me, thinking I was an imposter channel. I remember going back and forth with him on various platforms like the YouTube comments and Facebook. And I believe I even got into contact with him on Facebook Messenger. The way he first approached me one-on-one, he was thinking that I was a fake account. And we see fun time. Thank you for turning up in this live stream. I'm sure everyone else in the comments can educate you what this special live stream event is, because all of you guys that have turned up are really cool people, and I've seen all of your names in previous community live streams. So my first reaction to Brigzar's first reaction was like, what have I done wrong? I don't recall leaving any curse words. I don't mouth off in comments of other people's channels, using F words and S words and C words and all of the 7 deadly words that you shouldn't utter in the English language. And I was like, I don't recall doing any of this. And then eventually Brixar did unblock me because he figured out that I wasn't an impersonator. I was the real Mayo Hosko. And we made Remorse after that, which nothing against Brixar for making an innocent mistake. That's actually where the digital relationship begun. So I don't hold any I don't hold a grudge for against Brixar for confusing me, because 5 years ago there was a lot of crazy crap that would always happen on people's live streams, so I don't blame him for making an innocent mistake. And so what was really weird, after he unblocked me, because I was a nice guy, as all of you people in the comments know me to be, I am a nice guy. That was a time in the final years of Google Plus, and a lot of people really didn't like Google Plus, and Google Plus eventually realized that, because Google, sorry, I'll just bring the camera down so you can actually see what I'm building. I apologize for that. Google Plus eventually went away because Google realized that no one was using it anymore, and that was in the same time when people would always do live streams on Google Hangouts. That was before StreamYard came along, and now everyone who does live streams except me, because I am a cheapskate and I don't want to pay the $10 a month or whatever to pay for a StreamYard, and I am an amateur live streamer at best. There was a weird Google Plus glitch that happened. So, and it still exists to this day, and it applies for both my channel and Brixar's channel, and I believe every other channel registered under our respective Gmail accounts. I can comment on my main channel, which is the Mayo Hosko. I can comment on Brixar's channels. He can comment on my channels. But the weird glitch is he cannot heart or reply to my comments. I cannot heart or reply to his comments. I am a massive fan of Brixar, and so I was like, I can't go on like this. I want him to be able to reply to me, because I have gained some cachet, if you will, in throughout the Brixar fandom, because I'm that guy who wants to comment on every single Brixar video. I'm that guy who wants to watch every video from every Brixar playlist. I'm that guy who wants to watch his videos in chronological order. So I've gone through all of the trouble to copy and, well, to go to a random Brixar playlist, then create my own playlist, essentially making a duplicate of Brixar's playlists. Then at the start, put an emoji so that I know how to search for the for my version of a duplicate playlist. Then type alternative Brixar, and I now make those duplicate playlists public for everyone to see. And the reason I made those duplicate playlists is so that I could set them to be ordered in chronological order. Because if you go to one of Brix's playlists, you'll know that the videos aren't ordered chronologically because of the way that he added videos to his respective playlists. So I went through all of that trouble, and the first couple playlists I did that with, I actually used a tool. Hang on, how does this go? Yeah, I need some 1x4 dark bluish grey plates. The first time I did all of that, there was a really cool tool where I think it was YouTube playlist copier, but that link doesn't work anymore, so now I have to do the whole process manually. If there's 200 videos in a playlist, it'll take me 20 minutes to make a duplicate playlist, and I'm willing to make that sacrifice just so that I can watch his videos from any playlist in chronological order. So that's how badly I wanted Brixar to be able to heart my comments and to be able to reply to my comments. And this, I created the for commenting on Jabbo channels so that I could get around the weird Google Plus glitch. And I know it must be confusing for a lot of people who don't otherwise know, but Mayo Hosko is my main channel. Mayo Hosko for commenting on Jabbo channels is so that I could get around a Google Plus glitch, and Mayo Hosko with an exclamation mark is my other channel, so I could get around another Google Plus glitch, which was randomly blocking the main Mayo Hosko channel for commenting on various people's videos. I was getting systemically blocked, not by the individual creators, but instead because of a Google or a YouTube glitch. So I don't know what happened there, and I try to forget about all of that stuff. I want to put that in the past and just go on doing what I'm doing. And so that's the story of why I have two alternate channels, and for some reason I have 2 people subscribed to Mayo Hosko with an exclamation mark, and for some reason I have 5 people subscribed to Mayo Hosko for commenting on Jabbo channels. And every now and then I have to make a video saying, I don't make videos here. If you want to see my videos, all you need to type is Mayo Hosko, and you can search for me that way, and you can find me, and then you can become a regular viewer, then you can subscribe to my channel, then you can comment on my videos, then you can like my videos, and hopefully then you can follow me on social media, and then ultimately join the Mayo Hosko fan club, and then become a supporter on Patreon. So, yeah, that was that story. And another thing I want to say is I thank everyone who has subscribed to the Mayo Hosko channel throughout the duration of this community live stream. It's been fantastic seeing all of your faces and everyone who's said that they've subscribed to me. And I myself have subscribed to various other channels who have done community live streams throughout this series. And whoever community live stream you're watching in this series, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to people's channels. And if you really want to get involved in their channels, be sure to click that bell icon so that you don't miss out on notifications. Because that's another gripe I have with YouTube, is that even though people want to be notified about when people are going live or when people have uploaded videos, YouTube doesn't want to put that in notifications. And I'm guessing it's because of YouTube bots. But I know that a lot of people find this very annoying. I myself find it very annoying. And so that's why we all have to hit that bell icon now so that we don't miss out. And I don't like that that's the way it is, but I want to be an adaptable YouTube channel. So every time every time YouTube makes a blunder where they change something in the algorithm or the system, I don't want to be that old man who gets left behind in a bygone era. I want to be adaptable so that I can survive on this platform and survive the craziness and the antics of the YouTube algorithm. So that was book 1. Now let's move on to book 2. Where did I put book 2? I've got things all over the place here. There's book 2. And I think book 2 it's got the minifigure for the criminal as well as the trailer for carrying the dinging. And that this bright light yellow, or cool yellow if you go by the Lego terminology, has a really hard time showing up on that camera. That almost looks white, so I'm sorry about that. And that's another thing I'll say. I admit I am my own worst critic, so I will be the first to say that both the audio and the visual quality of my live streams is terrible. And hang on a minute, just let me get this open. I am my own worst critic. I don't like the visual or the audio quality of my live streams. And also I wish that in general my video quality, even though it is better than my live stream quality, I think my video quality can also improve. And we have Captain Matt, speaking of the devil, my loyal Patreon supporter, who has essentially is sponsoring this live stream right now. So for the very premise of the content I'm doing in this live stream, thank you, Captain Matt. Yeah, and I've already told people to go and subscribe to your channel, and they can find your channel in the description of every Mayo Hosko video. Because Captain Matt is a supporter on Patreon, he automatically becomes a moderator of the Mayo Hosko channel, and he gets a lot of exclusive behind-the-scenes content, as well as the right to vote. So I always like to get his opinion about any executive decisions of what I do on the Mayo Hosko channel. And Captain Matt says, this is so awesome, so many people here. And there is a reason why there are so many people here. So, actually, I should probably make Snow Lena a moderator as well. Remind me after the live stream, Snow Lena, by contacting me on the direct messages on Instagram or something. Also, by the way, thank you for following me on Instagram as well. And Snow Lena says, what's the bonus behind the scenes content? Well, the bonus behind the scenes content is images and text that I might not otherwise share on my social media. That's things. Well, actually, what I was saying is that now that I want to go down the direction of shorts, my behind-the-scenes content is going to have to be even more exclusive now, because my shorts have just taken off the past week. I've had multiple shorts now that have gotten over 100 views. Shorts have really taken off on my channel, and before this community live stream series, I was getting subscribers because people were watching my short videos. So I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing a lot more shorts on the Mayo Hosko channel now. But to answer your direct question, Captain Matt, this is a community live stream series, kind of like the chain smoker version. No, sorry, kind of like the live stream version of chain smoking. And so the details are in the description of this live stream, and I'm sure that other people who are commenting in the live stream will be happy to inform you about what's going on. So if this wasn't a community live stream before the advent of this whole series, let's be honest, none of you guys would be watching right now. I mean, let's be honest, I'm used to having no comments at all, so that's why I'm always having to think about small talk conversations on the fly. And one of my main points of discussion when I'm just thinking about ways to run out the time and not have dead airspace is that I value what you guys have to say, because you guys are the lifeblood that keeps the Mayo Hosko channel going. I would not be in this position right now doing this live stream, as well as my other live streams, my other podcasts, and my other videos, if it wasn't for you wonderful folks at home, people like you who are commenting right now. I wouldn't be doing this right now if it wasn't for you guys. So I always like to express my gratitude and my gratefulness for everyone who's put me in this position right now. So thank you to everyone. This community live stream has been a blast, and for people that have commented on my live streams before, like Captain Matt and Funtime, who is Mike from California. I did a live stream series I think 2 weeks ago now, where I built the assembly square. You can go and check out those live stream videos in the respective playlist on my channel. Funtime and me got acquainted in those live streams, and I always love building those connections between commenter and content creator, because even when I get monetized, which I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. Currently, I'm approaching 150 subscribers, which I will eventually be doing a milestone video about. And I think I have 124 watch time hours. There are two main motivations for me to get monetized, and it's not for the money, because as far as my channel is concerned financially, that's what my Patreon is for. I don't want to be I don't want to get YouTube monetization for the money. I want to get YouTube monetization because I want to get I want to be eligible to film live streams on a mobile device. I don't have that eligibility yet because I only have 140 something subscribers and 124 channel views. So when I get the iPhone 13 in October of 2021, it would be great to do a live stream on my iPhone on my iPhone 13 whenever I go out to the Apple Store and buy that. So it would be fantastic if we could get this channel monetized before I get my iPhone 13, but realistically, I don't see a possibility of that happening. But if we all work hard, if everyone can get involved in the Mayo Hosko community, we can make it happen. We can make it happen. And I've been talking for a long time, so I need to take a water break. Hashtag always be hydrated. Captain Matt just said you are on 154 subs. Oh my god, great stuff. Keep supporting Mayo, guys. Yes, keep supporting the Mayo Hosko channel. Preach to the choir, Captain Matt. Thank you for your participation, and thank you for everyone else's participation. Okay, what else was I going to say? Yeah. So moving on. As I said earlier, I am a huge fan of vintage Lego. The reason why I don't buy many Lego sets is because I prefer to buy pieces on Bricklink to make mocks. I prefer making mocks than building sets. That's my niche. And to further my niche, with being a fan of vintage Lego, because I do have a lot of modern sets from my childhood. When I decided that I wanted to specialize in vintage Lego, I took apart all of those sets, and if I angle the camera up, there is a white drawer behind there that has all of my instructions. A lot of those instructions are for modern sets after 2003. So I took all those sets apart and I've parted them out into into various storage systems that I have done haul videos about, and you should be able to find my haul videos about those orange storage units in my playlist for haul videos. I think it's called Mayo Hosko hauls. If I'm wrong about that, feel free to correct me down in the comments below. So I always the reason I created this channel is because I was inspired by Matt Simmons, specifically the Lego town tours that his son Tyler did back in 2007, 2008, 2011, 2012, and 2013. I wanted to emulate my channel to be like Matt Simmons, and that's why there was a link to his channel in the description of every Mayo Hosko video. He was my first inspiration. Then my second inspiration for rebooting the Mayo Hosko channel was Brix. And the reason, in January of 2020, I deleted all of my old videos. Back then I only had 70 something subscribers. So this past yeah, we are approaching 12 months of the reboot of the Mayo Hosko channel, which is epic. I deleted all of my old videos, and then I wanted to study how can I reboot the Mayo Hosko channel. So after doing 6 months of research about how to get around the Child Online Privacy Protection Act of the US government 1998, after watching various people's videos like Brix and Jane Brix, as well as other people like Just Too Good, I developed a system for creating videos where they wouldn't get flagged as made for kids. And throughout the history of the reboot of the Mayo Hosko channel, thankfully, none of my videos have been flagged as made for kids, so I'm doing the right thing. And ever since the whole drama of copper came about, that's when I put a really firm stand on the incompetency of today's parents who let their babies watch YouTube videos and play video games on their iPad when they are below the age of even 5 years old, when they're getting pushed around on their prams, strollers, and baby carriages. And it's the age of Netflix, and it's very easy for today's parents to just go watch a Netflix show, which means that they're not supervising their children, and that puts them at risk to a lot of the dangers of online, because everyone knows about the Spider-Man and Elsa Gate on YouTube. Everyone knows about all of the innocent children who have gotten stalked on gaming platforms like Roblox and Fortnite, which is why in Roblox cases, they have a option for parents to turn the chat function off for their children who go and play Roblox. Those are the preventative measures that we have to take in the internet age and the age of Netflix. So I am a big proponent of letting children have a childhood. Children should have a childhood. They should be able to learn from their own mistakes. They should be able to get hurt and then get back up again. That's how you build up strength. And I always encourage people learning from their own mistakes. I am a big believer in paying the stupid tax. To talk a bit more about that, because in Australia we have free will, we have some rights, and we have some freedoms because we are in a democracy. Unfortunately, I know people in the demographic of viewers of the Mayo Hosko channel who don't live in a democracy. Sorry to get a little bit political here, but I feel bad for those people who don't have the things that I take for granted, and therefore I a lot of things politically rub me the wrong way, so to speak, and I want people to live. I want people to live life the way that they want to live. So if they want to make a dumb choice, because I believe in learning from your own mistakes, because the best way to learn, to get yourself educated, is to learn from your own mistakes. Learning from our own mistakes makes us better people. So if someone wants to pay the stupid tax, like tempting fate on their own lives by jumping off a cliff, they have the choice to jump off a cliff. If they end up dying, they've paid the stupid tax. If they end up getting a catastrophic injury and they end up on crutches, or they end up in a cast because they've been carted away in an ambulance to hospital, it was their choice to jump off a cliff. It was their choice to pay the stupid tax. They tempted their own fate. I like to let people do their own things. I don't want to tell other people how to live their lives. People, at least the way I am, people who are in the position who I am are allowed to make choices for the way they live their own lives. So if people want to pay the stupid tax, let them pay the stupid tax. Because I am a believer in letting people pay the stupid tax, that's why I am a big proponent of education. I know that in some places, not everyone gets education. And in a lot of countries, people are undereducated and they don't have the same advantages of getting a good education. So I feel really sorry for those people, because I think that everyone in the world should get an education, but if they choose to. I mean, it is, after all, it is people's choice if they want to get an education, but it's a really, really good choice if you do choose to get educated. I am a university student. I have chosen to go down the path of tertiary education beyond grade 10 of public schooling, because the way I want to support myself and live an independent man who can work for a living and live my own life, to put myself in the best position to succeed in life, I need to get my university degree. That's the choice I made. But other people have a different choice. I know plenty of people who have made a living without needing tertiary education, because as a part of the random number generator that is the game of life, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You always hear stories about hey, I'm a billionaire and I never went to college. I'm a billionaire, I never went to university. I'm a billionaire and I never finished high school. That's because the game of life, the random number generation that is the fabric of the space-time continuum, was in their favor. And I talk about the fabric of time of the space-time continuum, and I talk about the random number generator of physics. That's why I don't believe in luck. One of the best pieces of advice that I ever heard about people debunking the theory of being lucky is that luck is the residue of design. Perfect practice makes perfect. You're in control of your own destiny. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. All of those cliches that many philosophers have talked about in the past. I've learnt them because it was my choice to get an education. It was my choice to do a lot of research beyond my education, and that's why I am the person I am right now. And with my YouTube videos, I like to be an informative person because my hero, Brix, is probably, in terms of members of the Lego YouTube community, he is pretty close to the almanac or the encyclopedia of a lot of really deep stuff about Lego. Brix prides himself on doing videos about stuff that no one else has talked about. That's why he has a bunch of that's why he has playlists of videos of various Lego sets that no one has done reviews about. I'll give an example. How many people out there have done a review of any of the German team Telecom racing sets that were released back in 2004, the Tour de France? I think I've seen Just Too Good make a video about one of those sets, and I'm sure there are other people on YouTube that have made videos about that stuff, but there's not that many. And I'm pretty sure that Brix is the only person who has done reviews of every set of the German Team Telecom Tour de France sets. So Brix prides himself on talking about the weird side of Lego. He's done a bunch of videos about Fabuland. He's the one that wants to collect every one of the Lego building sets with people, also known as the homemaker sets. There's a bunch of other themes that Brix has wanted to get the complete collection of. For example, he has the complete collection of the Lego Paradisa sets. Some might call Paradisa a weird theme, but I don't think it's weird. I just think it's a very interesting sub-theme of classic Lego Town. And that's the end of the build, but I've got some leftover pieces. Where did those go? Anyway, I'll worry about those later. I'll go over the instructions later. I don't want to bore anyone else with their time, and I'm sorry for getting a little bit political. I apologize for anyone about that who might be offended in any way, shape, or form. But I wanted to say a lot of that stuff because I know that there are a lot of newbies watching the Mayo Hosko channel for the first time. And so before I got on that ginormous rabbit hole, I was talking about my affinity for vintage Lego. Part of that is because of Brix. Part of that is because of Matt Simmons. Another part is, as I talked about in the 8-year anniversary video for Mayo Hosko, I started collecting Lego when I inherited a bunch of vintage Lego sets, particularly Blacktron 2 sets and Ice Planet sets from my older half brother back in 2005. And I have distinct memories of me building those Ice Planet sets, especially the iSat 5 and those Blacktron sets. Most notably the Allied Avenger on the carpet of my lounge room. I've never forgotten those days. I also remember building the ice tunnelator and the celestial sled as well. Those were good memories. And then afterwards, I got a lot of bulk Lego from my parents. And then one day, my dad invited me into his shed in our backyard, where I got even more bulk Lego pieces. And I think my dad at that time, because I would have been 5 years old. So that must have happened in 2006. He invited me out to his shed, and he gave me, oh, you can't see it right now. He gave me a red tub, which I think is 40 or 20 liters. I can't remember. And a part of that bulk Lego was the vintage road base plates that I use in my city. They were the first road base plates that were sold from 1978 to 1986, 1987. I always forget which exact year. And those were replaced by the ones with the bike lane. So when I got the more common dark bluish grey road base plates, when I got a lot of modern Lego sets, I was as a child I was very frustrated because the compatibility wasn't there. I had large vehicles that couldn't fit on those narrow roads, and also I had big buildings that couldn't fit inside of the 6 studs on either side of the road base plates everyone uses in their city. Because me personally, when I'm designing cities, I feel like it's a waste of space to just build something on a 32 by 32 base plate. It's not very economical with space, and therefore I think it can get a little bit boring. So that's why I like to actually put sets on the sidewalks, the footpaths of road base plates themselves. Oh, the battery is running low. I apologize for that. I knew this would happen. So that was also a motivation for me to go down the path of a vintage Lego, so that I could use the vintage road base plates. And as some of you might have seen in my Lego City, Mayo City updates on the Mayo Hosko channel, which have their own respective playlist. I've talked about that reason, and you can see all of my city updates in that playlist, and you'll see all of the vintage road base plates that I have in my city. And over time, I have bought more from independent Lego toy stores and from online as well. So I'm very glad that I've gotten those. And I've also gotten sets like the 1988 Victory Lap Raceway and the first minifigure scale Lego Town Airport that was released in 1986. Those 2 sets are the pride of my collection. But I also have some modular sets as well. And so, doing the city updates is my favorite part about the Mayo Hosko channel. But my favorite part about collecting Lego is building MOCs. Because I have a lot of modern parts as well as vintage parts, the aesthetic that I like to do with my MOCs is, how can I turn a modern specialized part and make it into something that looks vintage? So it's kind of like a hybrid build. I have to make something new look old. And oh crap,